Hello everyone, this is Rick and thanks for joining. This is the very first PowerPoint 2007 tutorial, and this is just a real brief introduction of the new ribbon layout of 2007 versus 2003, and a real brief introduction, and this is really meant for beginners, and then as we progress we'll move into more advanced tutorials. So to start off with, when you open up PowerPoint it'll look something like this, but you'll have a blank. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do a new and just say blank presentation. So this is what it would look like when you first launch into PowerPoint. First thing I want to show you is you'll notice if you're moving recently into 2007 from an older version, the whole format or the whole layout of the PowerPoint is completely different from the old one. So now you have up here what's called a ribbon. So I'll start off over here on the left. This is the Office button. If you click this, you get the options that are very similar to the File menu that you had on the older version. So New File, Save Options, Print, Send, and so forth, and Close. Okay. The next thing that I want to show you is that you have a quick access toolbar, and these are common things that you would use. So these are just the default icons that you put on here, or the default items that you put on here, or actions such as save and undo. Like for example, if I put title here and I wanted to undo that, I would just click here, undo. Okay, redo is there. So now if you want to edit that, you can click customize the quick access toolbar right here, and you can add things. For example, you could add email, you could add new, there's several options to do there, and then you could go into more commands from there. The other thing that you can do is under the Office button here is go into PowerPoint options here, and you could go down here and go into different options here, such as proofing, save. Like if you wanted to save the auto recover information, right now it's set for every 10 minutes. You could change it to 20 minutes or 99 minutes or whatever you'd want to make it. Okay, or just uncheck it. Customize options, you see a lot of options there to add add-ins if you're adding macros. So those are just some common ones that I want to share with you. To get out of that, you click cancel, or OK if you want to save any changes. So this is the ribbon layout. So you have a home button. This is where your common options would be that you'd be using on a regular basis. Fonts, color of the text, color of the font, bold, italics, new slide button, paste button, other things like shapes, find and find and replace options, and different things like bullet list and so forth. So if you want to insert anything into one of your slide, you'd go to the insert section here and you click on the insert. You could insert a picture or clip art or an object, such as insert a drawing that you made or a picture into a slide. But you can see there's several options here. Insert a text box as an example. Under design, there's several options that we'll talk about later. There's animations, and we'll get into those as we move forward. How to animate a slide, how to put action to it. Slideshow options here. Review options. View would be you'd be using that, depending on if you want to change your view or switch to another running PowerPoint. And these are developer options and format options. Okay, so the next tutorial, what I'm going to do is create a basic presentation. When you want to create a new PowerPoint presentation, you have several options. So you could say, I'm going to go here and say File, New, and let me modify this screen size so you can see everything here. Okay, so you've got a couple of options here. One is a blank presentation, which is something you want to do if you were more advanced. The other thing you can do is use a recently used template. Now these are ones I was experimenting with. There's also installed templates. For example, I'll use a quiz show here, right? And I'll say create. And that'll bring that up, and you'll notice here there's already a template laid out. So if there's already a template that you like, certainly go ahead and use it. If I click slideshow, whoop, that makes it too full screen. So if I go into slideshow, it will show animation and so forth. It goes off the screen a little bit here, so I'll come back to that later. The other thing, if you want to increase the size, zoom in or out, you can use this button at the bottom right to go larger or smaller. You can use the zoom out or zoom in button here. And then there's different layouts here. Right now we're in the normal layout, which is the outline over here and the actual full slide in this pane over here. Okay. There's one here we can view it in a slide sorter format, and if you wanted to modify, move slides around, you could do it like that and move them around. I'm going to go ahead and undo that. And then this button here is the slideshow. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the normal mode. So that's one way that's a couple ways of doing it. I can also go into new. I can do something called installed themes, and that's to get an appropriate theme. So you can use any of those that are installed. You can load your own templates, which we don't really have right here. Okay. New from existing is something, if you have an existing PowerPoint that you'd like to use, you can go ahead and just use it, and it will create a new one. So that's convenient. And then these are nice to use too. Under Microsoft Office Online, you can go down to any of these. For example, if you're trying to find a specific type of presentation, you can go over here, Sales Call Agenda as an example. You click it and you download it. Okay, and you see that other users rate these. So there's numerous options here. I just wanted to share with you, those are kind of the three main options to use. If you're like most people, you probably work at a company that's using PowerPoints, and they're going to have a template that you're probably going to use over and over again. Okay, so that's all I wanted to share with you as part of the introduction. And tutorial number 2, we're going to create a basic PowerPoint slide deck. Thanks. Take care.